So welcome, Private Practice Prepared, here we go. Now, it's not going to start for a little bit, depending on when you've signed up to this, but I'm just going to use this opportunity to, one, welcome you, and two, give you a little bit of a rundown of what we're going to cover in this mentorship and the nuts and bolts of how this will run. So we'll get into it now. So first up is the overall purpose of this mentorship. So I've developed the mentorship to help new and recent graduate podiatrists gain a little bit more clarity and build some more knowledge, skills and confidence on topics that are a common cause of stress and uncertainty in the early stages of your careers. And now we'll just head into a little bit more of the content and how it's going to be delivered. So with the topics that we're going to cover, how I selected the topics, a lot of it was to do with some of the most common questions I get repeatedly from recent graduate podiatrists. And also another element of this was over the years, I've stayed in touch with a lot of my podiatry colleagues that I went through uni with, and I've just developed quite an extensive network through the Progressive Podiatry Project as far as getting to know other podiatrists from not just within Australia but around the world. And I've had quite a few conversations in the last year or two about things that we wish we were taught either at university or things that we wish we knew when we first started practicing podiatry. So it's a few of these elements have kind of come in together. And then there's also been, over the years, a number of lectures that I've presented to third and fourth year podiatry students as part of their undergraduate degree. So I've drawn on a little bit of this information as well. So combining the most common questions, things that experienced podiatrists wish we knew a little bit earlier, and then some of the things that universities have asked me to talk on, this is what's made up the mentorship content for you. So the learning resources that you get as part of the mentorship, first up is a series of pre-recorded lectures and downloadable lecture slides relating to each of the topics that we're going to be discussing. Then we're also going to be having our live online video coaching sessions. And then in addition to this, there's going to be a number of downloadable tools and resources that I've created for you to help complement the content that you're learning and be able to help you implement it into your clinical practice. So it's basically giving you the tools to apply the knowledge in the most easy and effective way possible. And then the final thing, which I'm quite excited about, is you are going to get lifetime access to the mentorship platform. So essentially what this means is any future mentorship programs similar to this that I run, say I run this again in 2023, 2024, you'll be able to access those new online coaching recordings that we come up with in the future. And if there's updates to the learning resources and the lectures, you'll be able to get access to all of this. So it's because what you may learn now, you may forget in 12 months, or you may find that throughout or maybe some jobs that you've had, or just as your career evolves in the earlier stages. I want it so this can be kind of a home base that you can come back to refresh some learnings, gain some new perspective, or if we've got some new ideas to share with you as well, you'll be able to access that. So it's the pre-recorded videos, the live recordings, and then also you'll get access to this as it evolves over the next few years, which I'm actually really excited about. So how I've structured the mentorship is we're going to kick off the live coaching sessions the first week of December. And regardless of when you purchase the mentorship between now and then, is you will be able to log into the platform, but it will look quite bare until we actually commence the sessions because the content will be released as we go through. So what will happen is the week before each of the coaching sessions, the pre-recorded lectures and the learning resources will be released to you. So let's say the first week is client communication. So if that's going to be released first week of December, the last week of November, you'll be able to access the pre-recorded lecture for client communication and some of the resources we've got for you. And the aim of the game is you'll watch this and then have a review of the learning resources. And then when we have the coaching session where I'll be able to expand on the lecture topic a little bit more in depth and also give you an opportunity to ask a lot of questions, to help apply it to your particular circumstance, whether or not it's jobs that you're currently in or any questions about, say, difficult clients, whatever it is. But that's how you will get the most out of this. So the week before, always watch what we've got for you, and then we'll have our follow-up coaching session that week. And then if you can't make the live coaching session, it will be recorded, and then that will also be uploaded into that section as well. So you'll have the pre-recorded one, which is the more content and the theory based of it. And then when we have the live coaching sessions, that's how we help you be able to practically apply the information. And then, like I said, or like as in the email, it will run over 10 sessions, but it will be about 12 to 13 weeks in duration because we'll have the Christmas New Year break. So essentially kicking off the first week of December, and then it will just run through until cessation or completion of the mentorship. And then possibly most importantly, what do you actually get out of the mentorship? So I've designed this to help build your knowledge, skills, and confidence and help avoid many of the problems and areas of uncertainty that tend to plague new and recent graduate podiatrists. So firstly, knowledge, skills, and confidence. But secondly, you will get a certificate of completion. So what this will be is it'll evidence your CPD hours, which is a requirement for us to stay registered as health practitioners. And we have to do this annually. So you'll get a certificate of completion evidencing the hours of your CPD that we've done. Now, it will be a minimum of 10 hours that you'll be able to claim because the structure that I've already got, it is about 10 hours of learning that you'll be doing. But then we'll be able to come up with a final tally of hours to put on your certificate once we've completed the live coaching sessions, because these sessions will take as long as they take. They may be an hour, it may be 2 hours. It depends on how many questions you all have to ask, which will dictate how long it is. So a minimum of 10 hours, but it could be upwards of 20 or 25. It just, depends on you really. And then lastly, which is one area that I really wanted to clarify, and if you're not familiar with skills matrices or competency frameworks, this is something that I've put together, which is essentially like the syllabus and the learning outcomes, which it's very difficult in the early stages of your careers to evidence to prospective employers, what skills do I have, how have I achieved these skills? So I've put together the competency framework, which essentially covers the skills that we're discussing and working on, and then what we've done to help build that with you. So with this, client communication, what topics of client communication have we covered? How will this apply to clinical practice? So essentially the competency framework is designed to go with your CV, or you can give prospective employees as well, just to try and help give you a leg up against the competition that you may have when you're applying for a job. So again, knowledge, skills, and confidence, which is the main thing that I'm hoping to give you, the certificate of completion for CPD, and then also the competency framework report, which will hopefully help you with your job seeking endeavours. And again, welcome. You will get a few more communications from me over the next little while, just about the mentorship. And if you have signed up for Private Practice Pro, we will also cover that as well. And any questions or problems, email me at p3podiatry@gmail.com, and always happy to hear from you, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.